welcome to Tuesday, Music Tuesday, the July 26th, if my card is written right. And what do we do on Music Tuesday?
We talk about our favorite places to eat.
He doesn't pay attention very closely. No, we don't talk about our favorite places to eat, Clayton.
You're such a strange little thing.
Funny you say strange, because I want to talk about Stranger Things.
You and your lifestyle?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, let's do that then. I'm highly interested now.
Some of the strange things I like to do is pay attention to music in certain shows and movies and stuff like that. Is that strange?
No, that's actually pretty normal. A lot of people do that. Because I am a strong believer that music makes the movie.
This is true. This is true. Probably why Guardians of the Galaxy did so well.
That did well. Well, you guys know me, huge Star Wars fan. Without that music, it was just some banjo playing. It probably wouldn't be as entertaining.
It's always odd to me when you watch those movies and there's no music. I don't watch those movies.
Well, you know, there's the prime example of that Bruce Lee Chuck Norris fight scene. Music makes the scene. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Some music doesn't go with certain scenes.
Yes. All right. But getting to the point, Stranger Things came out. Now, no spoilers because he hasn't finished watching it.
I have not.
As, let me just be clear, a bunch of you have not finished watching it. I went around talking to people about who finished watching Stranger Things, and too many of you just said no. I have not finished.
That's because we have lives and other things to do, Carl. Don't live in a trailer.
Why not? Trailers are cool.
Like I said, strange thing.
So anyway, Stranger Things came out with it's got some really cool, they've actually had really cool music the entire time.
They have.
Which is really great. But recently, in the newest episode, which is highly anticipated, blah, 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 it's really good. I've seen the whole thing because I have no life.
I won't lie, that one kind of got spoiled for me, so I have seen it, and it was pretty epic.
Okay, so hold on, before we do that. Some new songs have new old songs came out of it. Everybody's heard the song, so that's not the spoiler. The songs is not the spoiler. The spoiler would be how they use the songs in the show. That would be the spoiler. However, Running Up the Hill came out in 1985. Do you remember the song in 1985? What were you doing in 1985?
I was 5 or 6, depending on when it came out.
And you didn't listen?
I had never heard of the song until it came out in Stranger Things.
Really?
Yes.
See, I had an older sister, and that older sister, when she got up in the morning, she had to crank the MTV, which in 85 was still a little, it was right up there with Running Up the Hill.
Yeah, that type of music, yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't really into it, but she cranked it, so I had to listen to it. So I do remember the song somewhat. It wasn't a huge hit at the time, but it is now, and to date, the lady, I'm blanking on her name.
Kate Bush.
Kate Bush has made like over $2.3 million just on the song since the new season of
You know what's
Stranger
a
Things came out.
strange thing? What? Kate Bush was #1 in America. Top Gun was rated #1 movie. And we're warring with the Russians. Are we back in the 80s? Is it Stranger Things again?
We should be back in the 80s. They're doing a good job. So Kate Bush, 1985, super popular right now.
Mm-hmm.
Master of Puppets came out in 1987. Metallica, no video. Yeah, no video. In 1987, Metallica was known as in mainstream, it was known as like really bad heavy metal, and you can't listen to it, dangerous, to listen to and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's always parents against the heavy metal stuff.
Yes,
They
Tipper Gore and all that.
They thought Twisted Sister was bad and violent. It's like, what?
The worst thing about Twisted Sister was the hair, the makeup, and the clothing.
But the guy is like a super smart dude and super cool. And the lyrics weren't bad.
Never did drugs and never drank.
Yeah.
That's D. Snyder for you.
Yeah.
So anyway, Metallica, they had no videos at the time. Their first video didn't come out until 80, I think it came out in 88 or 89, which was One, off their next album, which was Injustice for All. Anyway, that's super popular right now. The other one that was really popular at the time came out in 1983, was Journey's Separate Ways. This is a great song.
I keep telling people because that was the song in Tron in the arcade.
Yes.
And that was playing in the arcade when Flynn got sucked into the game.
It's used actually quite a bit, but in this they redid the song a little bit. No spoilers or nothing, but they redid the song really, really powerful, like the way they did it in the song. Really cool.
But 80s music, I'm sorry, is some of the best music ever.
Well, it depends.
Depends on the genre. There's bad 80s music, but then there's epic 80s music.
Right. Now, the interesting thing about Journey is that Journey was actually more of a 70s band than an 80s band. They actually broke up in the 80s shortly after this. I totally forgot what I was going to say.
But here's something interesting about Journey. Well, your brain tinkers.
Yeah.
I was roommates. One of my roommates that I had was first cousins with Stephen Perry.
Oh, I gotcha. I can one up you right now. You ready for this?
Yes.
My wife is a high school counselor, and at the high school they have their security guard, their campus supervisor. He was one of the drummers for Journey.
Really?
Went on tour with them and everything.
I don't know. I think my family guy who went to high school reunions with them, went to reunions and stuff and got merchandise is higher up. It's blood.
Yeah, but this dude played in a band.
So blood is better than it is a drummer.
Okay, so the song though, "Separate Ways," or "Worlds Apart" because it's in parentheses. Anyway, really cool song. On MTV's top 25 worst music videos of all time, it ranks number 13. It is the dumbest video of
It's the one where they're at the port.
Yeah.
And it makes zero sense, and they're all like doing this and stuff like that.
They're playing air instruments. At one time, the keyboard is like mounted on the wall, and the dude's playing on the wall, and this lady's just like walking through. It was just the dumbest video.
Thriller, it was not.
A long ways from Thriller. I did some reading on it. This is actually a big joke. There's tons of like parodies of it and stuff, but the producer. It was supposed to be a dream, and this lady's like walking through a dream, and she was walking through these guys playing air guitars.
That like makes no sense.
It makes zero sense. And then at the very end of the video, she like wakes up from the dream, or you see her sleeping in bed. It's like
Man, she needs some help, but that's her dream.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So anyway, good music and Stranger Things. The '80s thing about Top Gun and all these things, it is. And in the Insta Live Instant Trivia on Friday, our tiebreaker question was, of the tours going on, Motley Crue from the 80s is playing with who?
Def Leppard.
From the 80s. And so Motley Crue and Def Leppard are the headliners. And then opening acts are Poison, 80s, Joanne Jett, 80s. And it's the biggest tour going on right now. I think we are in the 80s. In the 2000s.
We're repeating it.
Ooh, we're going backwards in time.
In my opinion, the 80s was the greatest decade, and into the mid-90s.
Oh my gosh, I just had an epiphany. This is what's happening. The apex of life hit during the grunge era, and we're reverting backwards. We're going backwards in time. Next thing is going to happen, the 70s, disco, bell bottoms.
Butterfly collared shirts.
Yeah, man.
No!
It's gonna be Austin Powers.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh man, but no, Carl is right though. The apex of life was from like 1980 to about 97. I say.
No. 80 to 87.
80 to 97.
97. Okay.
Yeah.
The 97, I gotcha. I reeled it in a little bit, but 80.
80.
Dude, some of the stuff that was going on in the 80s was insane.
You know, Cindy was like 45 in 1980.
43. She's thinking about it.
Well,
She's doing the math.
now.
Yeah. So.
6 money.
She's confused like it's the 80s.
I would take you more closer to 88, 89 to 95, 96. Because the beginning part of the 80s was ridiculous. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. There was some good stuff in there, but anything good in the early 80s was held over from the 70s.
So you're saying Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi are irrelevant?
What'd I just say? From the 70s, things that carried over. What came out of the 70s? Star Wars came out, what year?
77.
77.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that carried over got made better, right? Journey got better. Journey in the 70s, it's good.
Don't so believe it came out in 79.
I know. 79.
You know what else came out in 79? This guy.
Okay.
And I carried over to the 80s, which made it that much better.
But weren't really good until the 90s. All right, so.
Okay, but I do believe Weird Al was better in the 80s than he was in the 90s.
Oh, I kind of disagree. There was some good stuff, but that was the low-hanging fruit for Weird Al. He got the Michael Jackson and stuff like that. When he started parodying, like, not Limp Bizkit, but Vanilla Ice, and even when he parodied Slim Shady, what's his name? Eminem. It's like he started really doing some interesting stuff once he got done with the low-hanging fruit, Michael Jackson and Madonna and stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
But they're good, they're classics. All right, we're totally getting off the track.
It's all music, though.
It is all music. Here's one for you, though. This I think is really interesting, and I think we should start a petition to make this happen. I'm not joking. Separate Ways. Really good song by Journey. Really awesome guitar riff. You might hear it in a little bit. Metallica plays Separate Ways. Journey Separate Ways. Could you imagine that?
I could, you know why? Because I actually love all the songs that Metallica covers.
Yeah.
Turn the Page, Whiskey in the Jar.
Well, yeah, that Garage Inc. album was, half of it was covers.
Yeah.
But they do an amazing job. And if you look on YouTube, you can find them doing other covers, as well as James Hetfield, the lead singer, doing Benefits, where he played an Eddie Money song. Eddie Money. Go look him up if you haven't. Another 80s coke-fueled weird dude, but with odd music.
Rob Zombie, when I went and saw them, covered Inner Sandman.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was a good rendition of it.
Yes. Inner Sandman can be done well, but that would be awesome. I think we need to get Metallica to cover Journey's Separate Ways. It would be epic.
I'm sure they have played it at some point. Because Journey's from like San Francisco Bay Area, kind of.
Steve
right?
Perry is.
Yeah.
But I think the band originated in Boston.
Did they like school or something over that way?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could
Because
be.
Metallica's the San Francisco band. Yeah.
I'll bet you the riff, the guitar riff in Separate Ways is so good. It is very heavy metal riff.
It is.
But it's got the thing about it though is it's got the synthesizer that leads into the song and it's kind of throughout, but the riff in the song itself is actually a pretty heavy song. So check it out.
I agree with you 100%. That would be cool.
I'm talking, somebody out there knows how to start a petition. That's what we need to do. Metallica plays Separate Ways by Journey. That would be outstanding. All right, if someone can make that happen, Mo.
I think we need to just start going onto their page saying we feel you should cover Separate Ways.
That's a good idea.
Just go to Metallica's page.
Go to Metallica's fan page, go to Metallica's Facebook page, go to Metallica's Instagram. Cover Separate Ways. That's what we need to do is spam them with covering Separate Ways by Journey. Go check it out, listen to the songs, and you'll agree with me. See, he agreed with me.
And I rarely agree with him.
This is true. Sad, but true. Great Metallica song.
Sad but true.
All right, we should probably check in with our friends at this point.
Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday. I hope we all survived Monday. I know I did. I'm still here today. It's Tuesday. Woohoo! No, guys. Hope you guys are getting settled in for this week. We got a great week planned for you guys, and I hope you're ready. But let's go back to the bearded past. with Zach. And today is Tuesday. We're going to talk a little music history. We've got 1968. John Lennon, Paul McCartney completed the song Hey Jude. Just right there. It's a classic. 1979, The Clash. The Clash released their first U.S. single. It was their remake of Bobby Fuller's I Fought the Law. I fought the law and the law won't. And then in 1984 as well, those of you who've heard of Prince, other known as Q, other known as I Have No Name, I don't remember. But Prince's movie Purple Rain premiered in Hollywood, California. Funny thing is, I just last week found my 45 I got as a kid of the Purple Rain song. I have the original 45 for that. I also have the original album when it came out as well. Also, too, Brent Midland of the Grateful Dead in 1990 unfortunately passes away. He was a huge part of the Grateful Dead and their band. And also on this day, we have VH1 premiered the movie Meatloaf, To Hell and Back. Those of you guys who are Meatloaf fans, I'm not talking about the food here either. Also, you know one thing, a little crazy fact about Meatloaf, believe it or not, the guy was a huge fantasy football player, and he actually knew how to play fantasy football. The last thing I'm going to leave you with on this wonderful Music Tuesday, unfortunately it wasn't so wonderful for all these people involved. The Beastie Boys postponed their tour with Rage Against the Machine due to Mike D's shoulder injury, which he incurred in a bicycle accident. Mike D, sorry about that. Man, that would have actually been a great show to go see. And I'm going to leave you guys there. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you later. Bye now.
Morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. You know how it goes. It's just a Tuesday. I didn't even mention anything yesterday, but, I'm in a new place. I'm pretending I'm in New York. Or a loft in Soho, which is in New York. Very nice view, isn't it? I like it. Oh, well, anyway, it's Tuesday, and it's the 26th. And today's national day is National Bagel Feast Day. Oh, bagels? New York? Oh, yeah. I think that's, my opinion, where they started. And everybody's got a different recipe, and they all look different. We get used to bagels here where it just used to be a bagel. Now, everything is on a bagel. And they have an everything bagel. They even have the everything bagel seasoning you can get now. I put it in egg bites when I make egg bites. Another topic, not going to go there. But bagels. How many bagels can you name? I don't have enough time to name all the bagels. But there are places in New York that when you go, you can watch them kind of like when you're in Europe and they're making the pizza right in front of you in the store with the windows and stuff. They can do bagels like that. They got these big boiling vats of water that you see them dunk them in, and they pull them out, and then they go into this other thing. It's different, and they're definitely different there. They have a different texture to them. They're really yummy, especially when they're fresh out. And you put schmear, they call it schmear. That's the cream cheese. And I've had lox, salmon. Ugh, a really yummy bagel. I like a lot of cream cheese on it, not gonna lie. Probably more than I should be eating. But there are sweet ones and savory ones. They've got blueberries and chocolate chips and cinnamon and all that kind of stuff. Or they have ones that have, cheese and onions and chives and I'm getting hungry now for a bagel. Darn it. Oh well. Maybe I'll have to go get a bagel somewhere. I think I can get a bagel at Starbucks, right? Well, anywho, today is National Bagel Day, so you'll have a feast on bagels.
something about you that's so familiar. Something that's got me wanting to know you. I can't put my finger on it, but it feels like I've been here before. There's something about me that makes me wonder. I swear I met you, but you're a stranger. I can't put my finger on quite what it is. Oh, but I've been here before. Maybe I'm the reason why you're here, and I should run the other way, but I stay right here. I'll be a fool for you. I know myself, but I pretend. I leave and I come back again. I'm a fool for you. I love you time and time again. I know just how the story ends, baby. I know just how the story ends. Oh, you remind me of someone I once knew. I swear I'm crazy, but it's hard to ignore you. And I can't put my finger on it, but it feels it. Ooh, like I've been here before. Maybe I'm the reason why you're here. I should run the other way, but I stay right here. I'll be a fool for you. I know myself, but I pretend. I leave and I come back again. I'm a fool for you. I love you time and time again. Know just how the story ends. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try.
Hey, it's Music Tuesday. Can you name the song? Can you name the song?
And we're back. That was good stuff. See, you got a little Metallica in there.
You guys missed it too during the break. He was doing the Crocodile Rock.
Elton John. Nice deep pull. Any more? Nope, he doesn't have any more. All right. So, yeah, we got Joe doing a Name That Song, see if we can figure it out. We might have talked about it a little bit. Next week, Name That Song again is going to be even as cool. It's going to help fuel that fire for getting Metallica to
Yeah,
play.
so somebody's throwing out a lot of Metallica terms right now. You know. Oh. He didn't even realize he did it, but he did it.
Yes, adding fuel to that fire. Give me fuel, give me
Yeah,
fire. Give me that what I desire, which is Metallica playing Journeys.
Oh, he doesn't even know he does it sometimes, guys. That's what we deal with.
I'm that good.
Yeah, because he had to think about it. He's like, oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, that's enough Music Tuesday. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Go finish Stranger Things if you haven't watched it. If you do like it, it's on Netflix.
You really need to run up that hill and finish those episodes.
Enough.